What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 76. I mean Sissoko. Not to be dramatic, but I would die for this man. Yup, his brace in our last games for us come from behind to beat Manchester City, which means that in today's episode, as we play match day 8 of the Champions League phase on the back of the win there, a win. Actually, we have guaranteed a playoff place, but a win is what we still need. But if we do win, we might sneak into the top 8 and bypass the playoffs. And on the back of back-to-back wins, after what was a really poor run of form, including knockout in the Super Cup semis, we are topped by 4 points with 17 games to go. Big games in the league, starting off with AC Milan in 3rd place right now, and we had the Coppa Italia at home to Monza as well. So there's loads to get through. There's the final week of the January window. I don't think we'll do anything, but on the back of back-to-back wins, finally, I don't want to jinx it, but we might have just turned the corner here. Let's make sure we continue what has been a mini winning run after back-to-back and get a big win here against AC Milan. I think they were runners-up last year or 3rd place, but that's where they are right now. If we are to keep them at bay, we've got to beat them here at the Estadio Nata Lara. First game, Milan at home, Forza Bologna. And how has Sissoko done this again? And Scalvini too, to be fair. 5-day bruise. Should have ruled him out for the weekend game, but no, he's bounced back again. I think it's because, and I think I realised, I know we were joking about it earlier in the season, making a little narrative that possibly Sissoko needs a random drug test, but I think it's because when a player goes down with the 5-day injury, you return the next day. So say your game's on the Tuesday, you return on the Wednesday, so technically 1 day has already been taken out, so actually it's a 4-day injury, so it says it's a bruise, it says it's 5 days, but really it's more like 4. So we played the Man City game on a Tuesday night, but we're back on the Wednesday. So that means that the 5 days now becomes 4, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, those are the 4, and then he's fit enough for the Sunday game. So for those that were curious how Sissoko played the last game, and again, I know it's a fun little narrative to try and make out that maybe there's some juicing going on here, but that's why. It's technically, when you get a 5-day injury, it's not 5 days, it's 4 days. Kolyosho. Plays it back inside to Cesar, who's been sensational this year. Sarkisian tries to get away, rolls through Sissoko. And Tigran! Come on! 2nd in 4 for the Armenian. And it's Bologna in from before. Okay, alright, this is it now. This is it. Enough feeling sorry for ourselves. Enough being annoyed about the weather conditions or the bad luck in some of the games we've been experiencing. Enough of that now. It's within our control. Enough of this feeling sorry for yourself and looking for excuses, man. Sarkisian with the goal. Bologna in front. Oh, nutmeg from Sissoko, just couldn't get away. I don't think anyone can deny that we've been a bit unlucky in the recent games. I mean, that Fiorentina Super Cup loss has to go down. It's probably my most undeserved defeat in FC 25 so far, but deal with it. The late goals we are conceding at the moment, man. Honestly, what a goal from Gavi, and Milan have clawed out a point of the death. I can't believe we've done it again. First it was Fiorentina in the Super Cup, then it was Sampdoria away, now it's Milan at home. 3 games in this run that have slipped through our fingers with virtually the final kick. But like I said, man, it's on me. It's on me to do better. You can say it's unlucky, you can say it's cruel, but it's on me to do better. Don't dwell on it. Don't point fingers. Do better. Yeah, like I said, I'm not, it's the wind. Why look at the... Someone turned the AC off. That is funny, isn't it? God, this is the most buggiest version of FC I've ever played. But yeah, deal with it, man. It's bad luck or not. Deal with it anyway, man. Deal with it anyway. It's how it goes. It's just how life goes, man. It's just how life goes. I can't believe what is going on with Lewis Ferguson. What is happening with this Scot? Basically, no one put in a bid in the summer until it was too late. He's available to be poached on a free, and no one has put a bid in. I mean, his stats aren't incredible, but it's mainly because he comes off the bench. Why does nobody want this guy? I don't understand it. Should have been 3 straight wins in all competitions, but bottled it right towards the end. But tonight we can't afford to bottle it if we are to finish in the top 8 and bypass the playoffs. Final game of the Champions League phase. A play-in place is guaranteed, but in order to finish top 8, we will need to win tonight at home against Porto. It's the only way we bypass the playoffs. Final game of the league phase, Porto at home. We've done well to even give us a chance, really, after a diabolical start, but we've got to close out the league phase with back-to-back wins. Beat Man City, now let's beat Porto. Forza Bologna. You know what we need to do is just get out of the winter time. ASAP. Get out of this season, man. It's seasonal depression, adding to my lifelong depression, and it's not great, honestly. It's just making things worse now. Need to get this finished with and get to sunshine, man. As Sissoko tries to catch the keeper out, and if that was just a yard or 2 or maybe 5 lower, probably would have just nestled in off the bar there. Even so, good start, but I don't think a draw tonight is going to do it. I really don't. Technically it could, but because of the amount of teams around us, it's very unlikely. It's win or it's playoffs as far as I'm concerned. As Bansky puts it wide as well. Still 0-0. Yeah, I mentioned this before when I was a kid, and I was in my first couple of years of playing football at junior level, just having fun. I hated it being in the winter all the time. My dad said, we've got to get to grips with this because that's football. Football is a winter sport. And I was like, but I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And even if that is the case, oh, what a ball. Sissoko heads wide. How is it still 0-0? I much prefer playing in 27, 28 degrees, sunshine, no wind, heat. And I know a lot of people will hear that and think, it's awful when it's like that because you're absolutely gassed. But I prefer it. I prefer it because I cannot stand cold weather. I cannot stand frosty fingers, especially between the sticks. And when it's windy as well. Oh my goodness! How have I missed 4 one-on-ones in half an hour? We don't deserve to qualify. I think it's fair to say recently the reason we haven't won as many games is because we've been very unlucky. But tonight you cannot use that as an excuse. This has not been bad luck. This has quite frankly been woeful finishing. And it continues. My word. 25 to go and we don't deserve this. We do not deserve a top 8 place with this. Yeah, recently, I wouldn't go hard on the boys. I'd say, guys, that's football. Just haven't had the rubber to green. In this game here, oh my word, it's just not going to cut it. Not at this level. Not at this level. And nowhere to turn it inwards here. There's Sissoko! Puts an end to it. 19 to play. And Amin, who else, to the rescue, as we surely won it late. He is the top scorer. Oh, yeah! He is the top scorer. If I would have bottled it there, my word. He is the top scorer in Europe with 8 in as many games and 3 in his past 2, as this one has maybe put us in the top 8. But we've done what we can do anyway. Let's find out if it's enough to bypass the playoffs and qualify automatically. It's so cool how, in the past couple of FIFAs, I mentioned this before, but, the AI puts so much more pressure on you when trying to pass out from the back. It's so much more intense, and it should be as well. Back in the old days, you could just, pass the ball around for the final 10 minutes, but now, not so much. You've got to be better. So the Champions League, did we do it? Did we finish top 8? Yes, snuck in with back-to-back wins. We had a disastrous start to the league phase, slipping up in our first 2 games, but as we say, there's always a chance to turn the tide, and Bologna did with back-to-back wins and 3 wins in our final 4 games as well. Fair play, we've done it, we've bypassed the playoffs, and you'll see the full league phase here, so won't need to play that technically last 32 game, and we're going straight through to the last 16. Staying in Italy, but going away from home for the following game. Next up, a trip to the lovely region of Tuscany to take on Fiorentina in Florence. Right now, 4 points clear in Napoli, but after a shaky run of form in the Serie A, with only 1 win in 5, 6, not a great run regardless. Now taking on Fiorentina, who just knocked out the Super Cup as well. This is a big game here to keep Napoli, Milan, Juve and Lazio at bay. Fiorentina away, our following game. Forza Bologna. To be fair, we haven't lost that many games recently. We haven't won many, granted, but it's only been 1 loss in our last 6, and that came against Fiorentina in the Super Cup, which technically wasn't a loss in 90 minutes because we drew and went to pen. So I mean, we're not even doing that badly. That's the thing. I think that's sometimes how it goes in life as well. Like you might think things are all dark and gloomy and it's it's nothing but bad vibes, but actually when you step back and you look at the whole picture, you realise, oh, we're not doing that bad. Like, okay, there's been a couple of red flags, been a couple of negative moments, but it's not that bad. Like, come on. As Fiorentina do look to take the lead here, they probably will and do as well. Fiorentina, the kryptonite this season, knocks out the Super Cup. Might be inflicting our second loss in the Serie A this season as well. Struggling against these guys here. Thank God for that. Oh dear. Thank God for that win in Europe against Porto, because man, in the form we're in right now, like, there is absolutely no way we will make it through the playoffs against whoever, really. Sissoko makes 2-1. What a start. 16 minutes in, 3 goals already. Game's kind of died down off towards a frenetic start as we enter the final 10 of the first half. That's going to ricochet all the way to Anthony Gordon, who rolls it across. And, oh, Michel, what a massive, massive stop. 8-8. This has been a crazy first half, man. So open. And I'll be stunned if it finishes 2-1. There's definitely a 4th goal, but as things stand, it could go either way. One of those games where, if the team that's leading get it, that'll probably be the dagger, that'll do it. If the team that's trailing get it, you could see momentum totally changing and the script getting flipped late. Honestly, this could still go either way here in what is an incredibly open game. Always some of the funnest to play, Mate, we'll have that, and oh, come on, you've got to win that 50-50 duel. You can't be soft like that. When you go into a 50-50, mate, you've got to go for it. It's called 50-50 for a reason. It's dead even. If you don't show, if you don't show desire, you ain't going to come out with the ball. It's as simple as that. If you go in half-hearted, it's not going to come out with you. That's just how it goes. Oh, Sissoko, that's the 50-50 you want to see, man. He wanted it more. Whoop. Wanted it more. 9 after the restart. Once again, it's the Sissoko show. Bagging a brace. And he's on fire right now. Back on level terms from 2-0 down. And now let's see if we can win it. Yeah, if you don't want it, you ain't going to get it. It really is as simple as that. It's Koleosha. Oh, okay, maybe that time you wanted it a bit too much. Thankfully, that would be a booking as the shot. Whee! The shot from range and troubling Michel. This has been a brilliant game. I say this all the time, man, though. I say it again. It's like, for me, even if I go and lose this game, I ain't going to mind that much. I've really enjoyed playing it. I'd rather enjoy a game and lose than win a game and not have fun. It'd be an absolute slog or whatever. Because to me, that's what video games are, man. They're all about having fun. And this has been a really fun one to play. But I can still see someone winning this. And it could still be us. Sissoko just couldn't get away. Oh, no. Oh, Michel, go back. Yeah, well in, Rico. And that should... Oh, worth a try. Oh, that's going to be a booking for Casadei. That's a bad... Oh, it's a straight red. Bitter end to otherwise brilliant game, man. I think a booking, in my opinion, would have sufficed because of the position on the pitch, but a straight red. I think our first since joining Bologna, and that is going to do it. Down to 10, but not really enough time for anything else to happen, so that... Oh, Koleosha! For the win! Luca! In a tenure at Bologna, where he struggled to find his feet, he's just gone and scored the most important goal of his career. Luca Warwick wins a 5-goal thriller, and Bologna, with 10 men, have snatched it at the death. What an end to an incredible game. And from 2-0 down to win it 3-2. Forget one of the games of the season. It's one of the games of the save. Luca Warwick's finest hour. Come on! Oh my goodness, man. That is up there as one of the wins of the save, man. If not the win of the save. What a comeback. 2-0 down early and to win it 3-2. And to be fair, I've been dissing Raimondo since we joined Bologna and signed him. But Koleosha has had more minutes, a lot more starts, and he's not been much better. Yeah, okay, fair enough. 5 assists in 19, averaging just over 1 in every 4. That is pretty decent. In terms of goals, he's only scored, I think, 3 goals since we signed him. But so that's his finest hour, man. Go on. And as deadline day is here, we're not making any changes, man. I'm keeping the team as it is. I'm keeping the band together. And we're running with it for the final season, and we'll let the money carry over to the new one as well. Because again, we didn't get much money to start with in the summer, only 60 mil. If we are to make a big superstar signing for the new year, we need every penny we've got. So that 30 million euros, that's staying with us until the new season. And as I turned down a bid from Juve for Zalewski, I had another one from Lyon, and a bid for a Coley from Dortmund as well. I didn't see those ones. Now, I said before, EA need to work on that, man. Sometimes you're not getting notified of the offers on deadline day when you can't afford not to get one, really. But for the top deals, Drago leaving Chelsea to Juve. Do you know he's a common wonder kid? I've never once used him, but I'll be facing him as he's off to Juve. A new gen going there to Bournemouth, 62.8 mil, and Lopez to Brighton from Liverpool, 51.6 mil. But that's it. That's it. Deadline day over very, very quickly. We've got a small squad. We're still competing for a treble technically, but we're running it back, man. I'm backing the boys. And why wouldn't I, on the back of coming back from 2-0 down to win 3-2 there in Tuscany. Right, following game, it's the Cup. It's the Coppa Italia. It is Monza in the last 16. Last year we got to the quarters and bottled it. Knocked out by a Serie B side on penalties. I've never once reached a domestic cup semi. Is this the year we finally get over that psychological hurdle? If we're going to do that, we need to get through this round first in the last 16. Monza at the Stadio Altadara. Forza Bologna. Oh man, that is one of the games to save, man. That was class. So fun to play. But I said during the game, I genuinely, and I know it might sound crazy, but genuinely, I wouldn't mind how we lost that one. I wouldn't mind if the shoe was on the other foot there. If we'd have lost that, fair enough. Great game. Really, really enjoyed playing it, man. To me, that's what video games are. It's all about the enjoyment, man. There's Nicolo has his shot blocked. It's going to be an awkward one. And the keep does enough. And Raimondo. Pause. He just kicked the ball onto his own hand and got a booking for it. It's the most cursed player I've ever used, honestly. He's me in FC. Antonio Raimondo is me in the video. If you ever want to play with Doxy Boy in your career mode save, sign Antonio Raimondo. He's me. Oh my god. How do you get a booking kicking the ball onto your own hand? I can't do this anymore, man. It's me. It is me in FC, man, honestly. Go on, mate. Hung up for you. Don't get a booking. Oh, he's done well there. Oh, no. And now he's got an injury as well. It's the most cursed player. Oh, my God. It's not fair at this point, you know? Like, it's not fair. Oh, dear. Oh, God. It's funny, but it's not fair. When an animal is suffering, we put them out of their misery to show compassion. Nobody wants to do that, but all in all, it's the right thing to do. Why don't we do that with humans? Why aren't I doing that with Raimondo? Like, I should have just released him from the contract. I should have said, mate, take the 3 mil, take the payout, and you won't be a meme anymore, you know? Like, seriously. You don't worry about it. We'll pay you for most of the contract. And if we do end up winning a trophy this year, we'll give you the winner's medal for it too. But it's not fair on you anymore, man. At this point, it's like you're just a comedy show. It's not fair. It really isn't fair. He deserves to be put out of his misery. As he's got the assist for the opening goal. I really want him to work out, man. I really do. I mean, the thing is, he got me 6 goals, I think it was, last year. It might have been 7, thinking about it. So he wasn't disastrous, but you know, most players, they'll take a step forward. Raimondo took a giant leap back. Raimondo! Yeah, get over here! Get over here! Come on! Get over here! I still believe in you! We don't always have to be a laughing stock. We can turn it round. Come on, assist and a goal. His finest hour. Today's episode has been a lesson in resilience. Oh, okay. Just dropped her sign there. A lesson in resilience from having a diabolical start in the Champions League phase. Wait for it. First time I've done that in this save, man. I try not to do the Ronaldo celebration just because, like, it's his. Do you know what I mean? I know some players do it to pay homage, but still, from qualifying for the top 8 in the Champions League phase after a diabolical start, to being 2-0 down in Tuscany to beat Fiorentina 3-2, and the cherry on the cake of the resilience on display today, Raimondo kicking the ball against his own hand and getting a booking 6 minutes in, to getting an assist and a goal in his finest hour as a Bologna player. Yep, there's always a chance to turn the tide, as we often say, and we have done that in a variety of ways today. Bologna through to the quarterfinals of the Coppa Italia. And so as we're getting back to the main menu, we'll see who we've been drawn against in the quarterfinal with all the ties being played. No Serie B sides remaining, so hopefully we won't have to face one of the big boys. But yep, in the Coppa Italia quarters, it is going to be Roma away from home. Very tough game there in Rome. All right, let's try and squeeze in 2 more games today if we can. Following contest will be one of the biggest as well. Napoli at home in the Serie A, where right now we are 4 points clear of them with 15 games to go. But after what's been a really inconsistent run, granted we've just won 3 straight in all competitions, but it has been a really inconsistent run heading into this game. Well, a loss, and I'll be fearing the worst, as they'll cut the gap to 1, but a win, and we could try and pull away as we aim to get on a good winning run once more, as we'll go 7 clear. Following game, massive void. Penultimate one today, Napoli at home, Forza Bologna. There's this meme that always gets me, like, always makes me laugh. It's I'll see if I can find it. One of my mates sent it in an Instagram reel to me. It's like it's this crocodile, and like everything he tries to do he can't do because he's like his beak gets in the way. Is it a beak? As Koleosha goes down. Oh no, it's Sissoko. Oh no, I thought it was Koleosha. Sissoko going down. It's the last thing we need. And it just makes me think, oh, why did you step away there, Coyote? Are you serious, bro? Why did you just step back and let that ball go through? Sometimes, man, I do wonder. But it just makes me think of my life. Like, everything he tries to do, he fails at. And there's one that always cracks. Why does he step back there? It's the one that makes me laugh is when he's trying to climb the ladder and he can't get off the floor because his beak is stuck. And it does crack me up. Anyway, Sissoko going down and going a goal down as well. In a battle between the top 2, this is quite literally the worst possible start. Coyote, why are you stepping away there, mate? I did not instruct you to do that. As Julian Alvarez makes it 2, and we are in a heap of trouble. We are in a heap of trouble. And we might have come back from 2-0 down to beat Fiorentina, but it's amazing how he started off so great defensively, but now we're leaking goals left, right and centre. Yeah, Napoli are cutting the gap to 1, and we are bottoming it. So recently, as Alvarez fires over, we had an 11-point gap. Now it's going to be cut to 1. You can't get away with it every single time. Maybe on occasion. Maybe on occasion, but not continuously. You know, you need to learn from your mistakes. You can't always correct them. Sissoko, half the deficit, but if we can do this again, come back from 2-0 down to win 3-2, I have to say, at that point, you'd have to say our plot armour is too thick. Honestly, man, seriously, as bad as we've been recently, if we can do it again, yeah, Bologna have got infinite plot armour at this point. As Kovacevic does well. He's on there. Oh, Sissoko should have made it 2-2. Yeah, that all day. Well, it's not. Yeah, I'll be honest. That's not quite how I drew it up, but I'll take it. Oh no, off the post, man! I swear, this season, I have hit the post so much. It's crazy. Off the woodwork, 17 to find a leveler. Oh, are you kidding me? I've literally just thrown on Lipani and oh, he's off. He's off. And that is a season ender. Well, this is... I'm definitely not closing out the episode on this, man. Like, seriously, I've just thrown on Lipani. The first thing he does is get a season-ending injury. Goodness gracious, that is typical, man. When it rains, it pours. And I'm not ending on this loss where everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong. Man, that is tough. And the gap cut to 1 and probably a season ender there too. It's all going wrong. Oh, no. Alvarez gets away. 1-on-1, out comes Michel. Excellent keeping. Tripped up by Julian. That should have been a foul, but okay, fair enough, we'll play advantage. He's done it again! Luca Warwick! Second goal in stoppage time in as many games. Not to win it this time, but level it for the second Serie A game in a row. We've come from 2-0 down to avoid defeat. Maybe not the win, but we'll take the point. Bologna in the plot armour, man. It is too thick. Oh, don't you dare throw it away from kickoff. Oh, no, let me switch. No, let me switch. No! Oh, how on earth? He just ran through. There's a gap in the armour. How on earth did he do that? Oh man, that is a ridiculous loss, honestly. I don't know how on earth that happened. So, Lipiani went down. Now, why is it not there? You've just had probably a season-ending injury. And it's like, should we let the gaffer know? Nah. 2 months, it's not season ender, and for Sissoko, thankfully, just a bruise. But I'm not ending on that. That is a game where everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. And when I thought I'd bail myself out at the end, I didn't. So gap cut to 1, final game, Monza away from home. Only our second loss of the season, with Napoli coming right up behind us. 14 games to go. It's tense. It's a 3-horse race, I'd say. I don't think you can rule out Juve and Lazio yet, but really, it's 3 horses that are the front runners with 14 to go. We're just in front by a point, but in order to stay there to close the episode out, we probably need to win. Our final one, Monza away. Forza Bologna. Actually, I just saw pre-game as well. We dropped to second. First time all season long we've been knocked off our perch after Napoli won yesterday. So what was an 11-point gap at the top has now seen us fall into second, 2 points behind. Genuinely, if we don't win this championship, it might be one of my biggest bottles of a league title ever. From sitting there wondering whether we could set records to not even winning the title. That is embarrassing. As Cesar says, well, let's just do what we can do, man. Get back on top of the table with destiny in our own hands. 31 in, Bologna strike first. But again, it just goes to show you why it's so important to not think far ahead and just focus on the next step, because we're off to an amazing start, and the second I said, do you know what, we could set a record this season. The second I started thinking, do you know what, we could finish unbeaten this season. The second I allowed myself to drop concentration, complacency seeped in, and as we know, once it's in there, once the self-doubt's arrived, it's hard to kick it out. We all know it's a lot harder to get locked in than it is to stay there. That's why you just cannot afford yourself to gain complacency, because once it's there, it's hard to remove. Should have been tuning up. Still only leading by 1. Got to make sure we see this out here. I dragged a CB out. Shouldn't have done that. I had to do it. Had to do it. Zaluski's off. No doubt about it, but I had to do it. Don't know why I brought my CB out like that, man. There was no need for that. Keep him where he is. Down to 10 for the rest of the game. Running forward like a headless chicken. What on earth did I expect, honestly, as Charles de Ketelaere hits the top of the crossbar. I think Fabian or Michel would have got there had it been just under, but woodwork rattled. Warning sign from Monza. Still leading by 1 with a man disadvantage. Going to be tough to see this out here. Easy. Careful. There's an Iron Man in the middle. Michel, what a massive save. Tend to grind it out as we still lead with the man disadvantage. Oh, you've got to win that Coyote. He doesn't. And we'll stay second. Oh, don't lose it now. Don't lose it as well. Mate, we are absolutely bottling this season, honestly. Absolutely bottling it. I'll always have one Serie A winner's medal, but how on earth is it not going to be back-to-back? I'm bottling this. Oh, no. That'll do it for today's episode, guys. Big thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Much love to you all. I've surrendered league titles from winning positions before. This is going to be the worst of the lot. from an 11-point gap to 2 behind heading into the final stages. That's it. I'll see you for the next episode very soon, or if we don't get back on track, the season is over. At least in the league. I can't. This is going to be my worst bottle of a league season ever. Start the chant. Doxy, Doxy, you're a fraud.